You got the slate, nigga.
Alright, here we go.
Let's do it.
Quiet.
Chris love his job. Chris love his motherfucking job.
Right.
What's well, I mean, it's a good job, Dad. You make decent money, right, Chris?
Oh yeah.
What's the
I'd rather be fun though.
I bet shit.
For real.
I don't want to say what's the most money. What's the most money you ever made, but
That's his commercial on the fucking iPhone. I made
5K.
5K on a camera phone. That's
On
crazy.
a camera phone. You hear me? What's everybody got like a money like threshold, right? Like everybody got a line. I feel like you got something you wanna reach, right? Like what's your money goal like in life, or let's just say in life, let's just say in the near future.
I don't have a number on it, but where it's like generational
I need a number.
wealth.
I need a number. That's why I said I need a number. That's why I said near future. It ain't got to necessarily stay at the number you give me, but what number would you get where you would feel?
I want to get to 1 million first. You feel what I'm
That's
saying?
your comfort number? Is
No, that's where I want to go, and then from there, that's when the next one go. You feel me? That's why I said I didn't want to put a number on it, but yeah. That's
85. What about you?
Already 6 figures.
You saying like right now, like this year? Like I'm thinking like 100K, like shit.
100K. All right. Well, yeah, that's like near future type shit. All right. So let me ask you this, right? So if you had goddamn, let's like 200 million, right? And then your ex basically came back to you and she wanted half of it. Would you give it to her?
I don't even know her. Like, who is that? Like, who are you, baby? Like 200 mil? Come on, man.
That's a no?
I don't want to see nobody from the past. Like, I'm cool. Nah.
All right. Well, speaking of that money, somebody should have told that to a former Powerball winner. Okay, let's get into it, man. It's episode 5, YKTV. You know the vibes. I'm your host, Self-Made Mel, along with my co-host, T. Lee the Don, 85 Rialto, and Curbside Kyle. Before we go into this first story, I want to introduce, we got a special guest with today, our first guest on YKTV podcast, author, philanthropist, businessman, music, anything you can name, mover and shaker in the city of Los Angeles, the state of California. We wanted to bring this brother on today after reading his book and doing business with him, somebody we wanted to get the world to know and all our fans to catch up with. So, ladies and gentlemen, Terrance Videl.
God,
Let's get it. Chop it up.
I appreciate you coming on, big dog. Appreciate you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're gonna get into it, man. This first story I wanted to touch on, man. That was like dead serious the topic though, right? So, motherfucker won $188 million. I don't know if y'all seen this. Lady
talking about the lady with the nephew.
Bro, she won the Powerball in like 2015. She hit $188 million, and then her ex-fiance that she bailed out of jail 4 times is suing her now for half the money. Claiming he said she owed him half because she was giving away gifts. So the name sounds familiar. Say Marie Holmes. The name sounds familiar is because she was the woman who went viral from winning the Powerball, as previously reported in 2015. The North Carolina woman bought a winning $188 million ticket, opted in for the lump sum of $127 million, and got $88 million back after taxes. She then made headlines for constantly bailing out her then boyfriend, a man named Lamar McDowell, aka Hot Sauce. Later, Maria McDowell appeared on Ayanla Fix My Life to unpack her constant big budget bailouts. Hey,
I would have been sick if I was him too, though.
Is this the girl? I don't know if this for sure or not, but is she the one who like financed his mixtape too?
I'm sure of it.
The lotto winner that
I'm sure of it. I'm sure she got that 100 something. He was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna come out with this new tape."
That's love, man. It's fresh off of Valentine's Day, and she decided to do that.
That nigga crazy, man. I would have been right there up on there. We married, baby.
So,
we together for life.
So all right. So the other question,
I want to know how he got that nickname, Hot Sauce.
Hot Sauce, right? That nigga didn't play in that one.
And one Hot Sauce should have trademarked that.
He somebody else.
Should have trademarked that.
So all right. So let me ask y'all the question in a different way, right? So now I got everybody's number. You niggas are very cheap. I just want to put that out there. Nigga told me 5,000 was his number. A nigga told me 100,000. Nigga told me $1 million. You niggas was real on the low end, right?
Go ahead.
You said near future.
5,000, nigga.
I didn't say 5. Who said 5?
Who said 5 bands? Like, that's crazy.
I said 100 bands. I need 100 bands right
So let me ask you from this perspective. if you in a relationship with a female and it's vice versa, the tables is turned. You break up with her and a week later you find out she hit the lotto for $188 million. What do you do?
Yeah, I need 50. At least.
You just broke up with her though.
Is it my wife or my girl?
No, nigga.
It was your girl. You was with her for a couple of years. You decided shit wasn't working out. You stepped. A week later, she hit for $188 million. Life is funny like that,
Bruh, I'm out there in the rain with the radio. Nigga,
you ain't see old boy who girl hit.
I got Tyrese singing like, "Baby, come on, take me back." You feel me?
We back together for sure.
For sure.
Nah, you gotta stick with a motherfucker like that. You hit $188 million. Baby, I'm yours. I ain't going no goddamn
For
way.
real,
Goddamn it. I mean, but it can always be trouble in paradise. Just transitioning. Now Kim Kardashian has officially filed for divorce from Kanye West.
Oh, it's happening.
Yeah, as a late Friday evening, it's been put out as official. I know we talked about it in episode 1 or 2, but wasn't nothing official at that time. But yeah, it's been reported she did file for divorce, so they're gonna go ahead and split up at this point.
Like, what is it about?
It's a lot of money in that house, though, in that household. So 188 might not really, you know what I mean? They don't really shake Kanye. He like, you can leave. I'm great.
I ain't leaving.
I just want to know what that means for the music. Like, are we gonna get a fire Kanye album? Because
I would hope so.
Maybe without them in the ear, you know what I mean? But what is it about the family? Like, every dude go crazy.
Facts,
and then they just go get divorced. Like, I thought they was gonna be the one that lasts. You know what I mean?
Hey,
like she made a bill. Supposedly he made $2 billion. His company $2 billion. Like, I
don't think it's a money thing though. I think everybody get tired of people at some point. So, like because they both like got good money. You know what I'm saying? But if I get tired of you from your personality standpoint, your money not gonna make a difference to me on if I still want to fuck with you or not. If I'm tired of you, you know what I'm saying? Like if I'm just sick of like I roll over and see you in the morning, and the first thought in my head is like, oh, she got to go stay with her mama for a while or something like. Nah, it's probably not gonna work out.
But is it her or is it him? Because she the one filing. Because that nigga flips out. He's another person. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so she probably got sick of that shit.
I don't know, man. Like. I don't even know how long they've been together at this point. It could be, and you can't even really knock her for doing it because Kanye done said some crazy shit over the years,
bro. My God.
So you can't even knock her for choosing at this point. This the time she chose to be like, all right, I'm gonna file for divorce. She waited through so much other shit. It was like when he was saying shit, and we was like, what nigga? What are you talking about? She was sitting there like. He's a nice dude.
Hey, listen.
He's a good father.
Listen, he ran for president and came out with a bulletproof vest that says security. I was like, oh, he's lost it. Like, you know what I'm saying? He said my daughter was going to be an abortion. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, he cried about that shit. That shit hurt him, nigga. Shit.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So, he losing himself.
I give it to her for putting in this long. Shit.
Hey, nah. I mean, best to them in that situation, though, man. But everything ran its course after a while. There was something else I wanted to touch on that was similar to that. It wasn't a Kim Kardashian. It was what else? Fuck it, it slipped my mind. I'm gonna slide this Lakeith and Charlamagne. You see that shit?
Man, they back at it. You know,
we was just bigging up Charlamagne last week. This week, Lakeith Stanfield is calling this nigga a whole ass nigga. Lakeith Stanfield from Victorville, bro, from Get Out. From Atlanta, the TV show with Donald Glover.
Okay.
Yeah, so they got into it.
He was in that Judas movie.
That's the nigga that played the snitch, right?
Yeah, the Black Messiah, yeah.
So basically what it was, Charlamagne, Lakeith Stanfield felt like Charlamagne shaded him for his role in Judas and the Black Messiah. If you ain't seen the movie, you know Lakeith was the snitch. He was the person who ended up giving him up. The young dude got killed down the process. The 19-year-old bringing the guns and everything. Yeah. I don't care. That's what it's been out since last week, nigga. Watch it. For real. But no, so after Charlamagne went on the radio and basically he felt like he was shaded, Lakeith basically had a little message for him where he took a shot at him. He just said, basically Lakeith plays, let me break it down a little bit. In the film, Lakeith plays Bill O'Neill's facing 5 years in jail for pretending to be a federal officer and trying to steal a car. In exchange, he agrees to infiltrate the Black Panthers to give federal agents information on the group. Daniel Kaluuya, who also stars in the film, stopped by the Breakfast Club to speak on the project. While there, Charlamagne asked him if he looks at Lakeith Stanfield differently, stating that he played the role too well. And Lakeith felt some way about that, basically saying, he said, nigga, you's a hoe. This is what hoes do. You get sunned by reality. Get off me, bro. You a lame. I ain't no idiot. Just let the big dogs and leave the big dogs in peace. Find somebody else to play with.
Was that really a diss? He said he played it too well, so he called him like he used to.
Well, he said, I mean, look at his role. His role was that of a fuck nigga. He was a rat. He was a nigga who was willing. He was a nigga who was willing to give up a whole movement, to give up all his people, everybody, to look out for himself, and he was only facing 5 years.
Yeah,
you destroyed the whole movement that was overtaking a country at that time because you didn't want to go to jail for 5 years for something that you did. I mean, you was impersonating the officer. That ain't got shit to do with everybody else. That's a real story,
but like we gotta, it's like old boy on Power, the kid. You know what I mean? People like he really getting hate in real life. It's just a role though. You know what I'm saying? Like that ain't who he is.
Nah,
you feel me?
Fuck Tariq.
I didn't like that nigga either though.
That nigga needed to be. He was wild. It was so many times watching Power, nigga, where you was just like, I hope they killed Tariq.
Yeah, I really want him to die. Bro, I ain't gonna lie.
And then he ended up being the nigga to take Ghost out, and I seen that shit coming. Like that shit. So when it happened, I was like, this is what happens.
Yeah.
The sucker nigga. That's what it was. Because he wasn't really that kind of person. He was trying to find himself going into that life. He wanted to be his pops. He wanted to be the nigga he ended up
People
killing.
just don't like going against, it's loyalty. And you know what I'm saying? In the game, there ain't no loyalty. You can't even have loyalty from your son, But as far as the situation with Charlamagne and him, they go way back having problems. So I know why he did it. You know what I mean? They got animosity because the last time Charlamagne called him out, he said pretty much like he shitted on the Breakfast Club pretty much in black media. And then Charlamagne called him out. So that's personal shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, and that's another thing too. Like people do certain shit like that or whatever. Niggas might be cool at 1 minute, but then when a nigga have a personal opinion, it's a difference if it's critique or if it's like you know what I'm saying? You saying it from a personal place of how you feel about somebody. Yeah. Which brings me back to what I was thinking about in the beginning of the episode, right? When I was gonna transition actually from the Kardashian shit into April Jones. Now, we just touched on her. I believe it was episode 3. Her and Dre, they was dating her, et cetera, et cetera. Now that's a story that's been going around that's hit all the media sites at this point. The only reason I touch on it again because I feel like me personally, I want to get y'all opinion on it right now. She got 2 kids by Omarion, right?
Right.
So she basically released a statement. I don't know if y'all seen it, but she said the only reason she said she was controlled by him or controlled into going on Love and Hip Hop, which is where we know her from. We don't know her from being a Omarion baby mama. That was her platform. She said she was controlled into joining Love and Hip Hop because Omarion. His people was basically saying he was getting rumors that he was gay.
What?
So she coming out now saying that's the only reason she went on Love and Hip Hop is to stop the rumors that he was gay.
She did it for the fame.
I don't even remember that being a thing.
I've never heard that.
But I was like, was this a thing at the time when Omarion went on Love and Hip Hop? But that's his baby mom though. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like you got 2 kids. He got 2 kids with her. Like
nah, I mean like. I feel like, they was with Chris Stokes and shit. Maybe that was a rumor, but I never heard it about Omarion. But, she foul anyway. Like, they was making the bad with the Scream tour, and then she broke up the group. You know what I'm saying? Went with his boy. So
yeah, nah. I mean, and that point though too, like everybody was out of pocket like loose change, nigga. Lil Fizz was foul as fuck for that nigga. Like you in the whole group with this
fucking
man.
The bag up.
You fucking the lead singer's baby mama. This ain't just one of the dancers, nigga. Like you fucking the nigga who out here talking about. Oh, you fucking that nigga baby mama. He the nigga that gotta bring us the money, nigga. He don't want to walk off stage and he see your motherfucking. He see his baby mama sitting with his homeboy backstage in the green room like. Fuck is she doing here? And niggas is like, oh, nigga, she with me. Like, that's my BM. Nah, she with me now, nigga. I'm gonna treat her good. Then she left him too.
I think he kicked him off the tour after that, and then they did the Bow Wow on him, or like,
he cost them money, and then Omarion was like,
some stupid shit.
Omarion put a post up on that nigga Lil Fizz's birthday. It was like announcing the tour with him and Bow Wow, and just took over Fizz's birthday. I was like. Good for you.
And then
good for you.
He don't even stay with the bitch. Like you can't think what with little man. You gotta think up here. Like you in the bag. He ain't got a bag since we was kids, probably. You know what I'm saying? That's when they was popping. So. But
speaking of getting rid of people though, or not letting people rejoin shit. It's in the works now. There is a new Jackass on the way. Jackass 4. Bam Margera, however, will be left out of filming. Because the original cast says Bam Margera has a drug problem and he can't seem to get a hold of it, so they will not put him back in the movie.
Well, on another note, I can't wait to see that. Them niggas.
Yeah, I fuck with Jackass. I fuck with Jackass. Remember, hey, y'all remember that shit when we was little, nigga? Anytime you heard that motherfucking down, it was like somebody's in a basket, nigga, on the way down the hill right now into a wall. I
still remember the movie, man. When remember that old boy that was robbing the place. And the ceiling fell, and then the black dude ran
got out that motherfucker.
I'll never forget
that nigga was gone 3 blocks before they could say, "We're just kidding." Like, the white dude was like,
he's like, "What's going on?"
And the black dude, as soon as the ceiling fell, he didn't even look at who came out. That nigga was sitting there at his desk, and the ceiling fell to this nigga right, and his nigga reflexes kicked all the way, and that nigga just out the door, nigga, gone like 3 blocks. They chasing like, "Yo, it's a movie, it's a joke." That nigga was like, I don't play that shit. Niggas like came to the ceiling with ski masks on.
You know, black people got a third sense for danger, for real. If one nigga run right now, everybody gonna run, and when we down the block, we gonna ask, what was going on? Why you feel me? We're not gonna look around like.
No, that's a natural thing for us. That's how you know. That's how you know who was raised right. The nigga take off running past you. Everybody just run. The nigga who stopped waiting to do this is like
being nosy.
He wasn't raised right. Like he don't know. He don't know. He don't have no idea what's
real
coming.
Talk. Can't wait for that. That's gonna be a good one. Jackass. Fuck with it.
I seen just to bounce back off of Lakeith Stanfield, Donald Glover, Malia Obama has joined him in the new Amazon series. It's actually centered around a Beyonce-like character.
Oh wow!
It'll be similar to the life of Beyonce.
You said Obama. You said
Malia Obama.
Really?
Yeah, the oldest daughter of Barack and Sasha.
That's a good look.
Malia Obama's taking her talents to Amazon, and she reportedly joins Donald Glover in a new series called Hive, which apparently will be centered around a Beyonce-like character. Stems from Watchmen writer Janine Neighbors. Per the Hollywood Reporter, sources say Obama has joined the writing staff for one of Glover's first projects on Amazon, which is all part of his multi-year 8-figure overall deal with them. Shout out to them. Damn, Donald.
Getting that bag.
Glover reportedly left his pack with Disney.
Gambino,
man, getting that money. Right. 8 figures, nigga.
It's a bag, yeah.
Glover reportedly left his pack with Disney-owned FX for his new deal with Amazon. It's reported that his brother, Stephen Glover, who wrote and produced on Atlanta, has also signed an overall deal with the company. Along with getting the content channel on Prime Video, Glover's newest project, which Obama's reportedly working on with him, has been in the works for a few weeks as they've begun staffing a writer's room. With Obama being recruited, additional details haven't been made ready yet, and the company have declined to comment on anything. Nigga, where is Atlanta season 3 and 4? Yeah, that's all I care about at this point, nigga. Like,
you get into the bag on this other shit. You know
I gotta hear niggas in the house watching reruns of seasons 1 and 2. God damn it, like shit.
That's that shit right there. But hopefully he get back to it. But I don't blame him, man. He getting the bag. You know, he working with Obama's daughter, doing Star Wars movies. I feel it.
Just a little bit off topic, but I did want to take a minute to touch on this. I want to say R.I.P. Pop Smoke. It's been a year now to the date since Pop Smoke was gunned down and killed out here in Los Angeles, California. So we wanted to extend our condolences to him a year later and his family. Also, rest in peace to original member of the Fat Boys, Prince Marky D, passed away at 52 years old. As of now, there was no report as to what the cause of his death was, but he has passed away at 52 years old. And then lastly, in that same thing, I wanted to say rest in peace to Robert Mirage, who was the father of Nicki Minaj. He was actually killed on Valentine's Day in a hit and run accident. The driver has since turned himself in after basically feeling guilty. They didn't know who the driver was. So this is gonna sound weird too, but hey, big up to the driver though, because you a better man than me. I ain't did that knowing you didn't did it, and the motherfucker you got off scot free. I cried to myself later, but goddamn,
I gotta give it to him. But that's like, you know, you gotta have morals for that.
For real.
Like,
that dude
stand on that.
That dude take guts though. Like a lot of people call him stupid for doing what he did, but I do think that was respectable.
Be able to look in the mirror at the end of the day. You know,
it was respectable of him. So shout out to him for that. Biden said, "Fuck y'all student loans."
That's too much money, man.
You got student loans?
Nah, I'm good.
85, you got student loans?
Yep.
Curbside? No student loans? See, you got student loans?
Of course not.
All right, we good then. So he ain't getting us. Just right. I don't know why you did that shit, man. Why?
Moms.
He said moms.
Easy trap to fall in.
I'm gonna go to college.
All right, man. Make mom happy, man. President Biden rejected the Democrats' $50,000 student loan forgiveness plan. It appears may have to continue waiting. At a recent CNN town hall, President Biden spoke out in disagreement to cancel $50,000 of student debt per borrower. Made his claim after speaking to a woman in the audience who said, "We need student loan forgiveness beyond the potential $10,000 the administration has proposed. We need at least $50,000."
It's sad.
I don't know.
That,
He said
man.
he won't make it happen. Basically, that's exactly what he said. He said, I will not make that happen.
With everything going on, people can't go to class, can't even go to the school. You know what I mean? They still paying these crazy loans. You know what I mean? People losing their houses. They don't want to give no type of, help. You feel me? Like, you would think you would sign it, but it's just too much money in that industry. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
you would think
might
it's
be paying
unfortunate,
for the
but
rest
at the end of it though, like, what do we really expect from politicians though? You know what I'm saying? Like, do we expect them to do what we telling them we want done? I think that's a naivety at this point. That's what we vote for them for. But I don't know that that's ever actually been the case with any politician.
But with Biden, I will respect that he came out with the prison reform and what he stood on. Like that was really big. You know what I mean? But I didn't expect too much when it come to money and financial. That's too much of an industry. You know what I mean? So I wasn't shocked by that.
All right. Let me see.
Let's get into some music.
We're going to get the new music. Yeah, I was just looking. We're going to get the new music. Vibe of the week. Actually, we get into our interview when we come back from the Vibe of the week, but this week's YKT Vibe of the week will come from an artist named N.O. Remix he has to his song, which is catching traction, called Yeah, featuring Lil Boosie. He's actually an artist who's represented by none other than our special guest host today. So we're going to get into this music right now.
John Land on the track.
Why me run through it then like, yeah.
Oh Lord, just
Why me
made
run through
another
it just
one.
like, yeah. Why me get to it just like, yeah. Wait, hold up. Why me get to it just like, I'm gonna run a battle with Lil' Mama now. Know them folks don't understand it, but that's how we live, yeah. We gon' bust it down and stash it right up by the crib. Ain't nothing to it, baby. Watch me get straight to it, baby. Yeah, fresh up out the gutter, get these niggas trouble. Free my squad up out the cutter, that my fucking brother. Yeah, I can't hit Lil' Shorty right there without the rubber. Yeah, baby fine as hell, but I can't never trust her. These niggas busters, we can crush them just straight off the muscle. Like if it's smoking, bitch, we bustin', we can't do no tussling. Yeah.
All right, welcome back, man. You know what it was, YKTV Vibe of the Week. That was N.O. with Yeah, featuring Boosie. That is a banger right there.
Man,
that motherfucker plays. I like that. We usually transition our segment right now into new music, movies, and shows. But today we got a special guest. We got our first guest on the podcast today. And he actually is the person who represents the artist who you actually just heard, the YKTV Vibe of the Week. Again, that was N.O. With Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, make some noise for Terrance, Ceetle, second, Vidaud, ladies and gentlemen.
Appreciate y'all.
You know the vibes.
Yeah.
Mr. Ceetle, thank you for joining us on YKTV today.
My God.
Big
Appreciate
fans over
y'all.
here. Well known in the city. We ain't gonna waste no time. We're gonna get into it. You do some of everything. Jack of all trades.
Yeah.
Don't laugh. It's serious. Jack of all
Yeah.
trades. Where do you find the energy? Where would you like to start? Because when I was putting my notes together, I couldn't even figure out with the list of everything you do how we was gonna start from beginning to end. Like where would you like to start? Because for those of y'all at home who see this, if you notice this book that I have on my set, it's been here since episode 2, since we first moved into this episode, okay? This is called The Hood with No Engine Underneath. He is the author of this book. It's powered by Over the World. I done had everybody on my staff at this point read this book. I got friends in here who read this book multiple times, who done asked for autographs, everything. So it was imperative for us that we had to get him on the
Appreciate
show.
y'all.
Basically, you come from similar backgrounds as us. You come from a street background. You speak our language. You know exactly what it is the youth going through, and you've been around. You done worked with some of everybody. You connected with Hit Boy. You worked with Nipsey at Vector 90. Rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle. You've worked with David A. Gross and YG. You've raised millions and millions of dollars for sporting agencies for NBA players. You have a brother that's in the NFL. You have another brother that's a musician that does music with everybody. And that's before we even get to you, what you do yourself as a person. Like, so shout out to moms and pops for having good genes. First of all, let's shout out to parents for that.
Shout out to moms for sure.
I want to start. I guess we'll start with let's start with the book, because we're gonna get to your background. But I want to ask you, what got you to the point where you decided that you wanted to write a book? What was the first moment you said to yourself, or that you had the thought that you wanted to write a book and you had something to say and you want other people to hear it?
Shit. Really, it was some random shit. It wasn't really planned like that. A nigga I was literally asleep, nigga. I woke up at like 2, 3 in the morning and just pulled out my notes and started writing. So that's how I got cracking on the book. I popped out my sleep and just
came out to sleep and just was like.
Is there anybody else you've ever heard say that that's how they get their ideas?
That's real.
That's the mark of a smart man right there. Your dreams wake you up to end up putting out this is the end result.
Yeah, that's how we got started on that motherfucker.
Now is that like kind of your is that the structure how you do things when you have other business ventures? Because you also you run a manufacturing plant out here in the IE. Shout out to the IE all the way through LA. You got celebrity clients that you do clothing for. You have your own clothing line, which is an amazing brand. I've had the clothes on my show. We've already talked about it. I've shouted you out like at the end of episode 2 because I fucked with the jumpsuit. I was like, yo, this is tough right here.
Watch it.
So I mean, is it similar? Where did the clothing aspect of it come from?
Shit, we've been doing clothes. That's really was like our bread and butter where we started. We started in the streets, just made like a little party clique called Vidaud.
Okay.
With just the team and shit in Rialto.
Okay.
And then we was making clothes at the swap meet.
Now Vidaud, for those who are not familiar with Vidaud, that is Bow, right? That's Audio Push, correct? Was that them or was it the same thing?
It's the same thing.
Same thing?
That was our shit. Those the homies and shit. So
okay, cool.
It was a party clique before it
before
the rappers
and
attached
right.
to it. Yeah.
Okay.
So we had our own little rappers from Rialto rapping. And
got you. So okay. Shout out to Audio Push as well.
Big shout out.
Just speaking on the music aspect, and let's just stay here for a minute because as I said, you are connected to some of the biggest names that you've been around and been with some of the biggest names that we know, not even just in California, but people who have Grammys, people who are platinum producers and platinum artists. What is it like being in these circles for you? Because from the people that I deal with, there's always a comparison to you being one of these figures, which is we use somebody like a Biggs Burke or a Big U. If you're from LA, you know who Big U is. Who else? Dame Dash, his motto. That's your whole thing that everybody mentions about you is you look to build a strong team, basically. Where does that come from? That part of your makeup. Where does that come from? You wanting to see other people succeed as much as yourself and not it just being about you.
Shit, it's really like how we grew up. You feel me? We grew up in apartments, so everything is, you feel me, sharing.
It's close, right?
To make shit work, everybody got to work together. So if I got some dreams or the homie got some dreams, it don't matter what it is. We all gonna have to work together to make the shit.
Make it work together.
Make it happen. You feel me? I can't be the nigga shooting the video, editing the video,
right?
Buying the equipment. You can't do all that shit. You feel
the
me?
team,
you gotta delegate it out.
Yeah.
And that was.
Just gonna say from reading the book, man, there's so many gems in here for young entrepreneurs, man. It's inspiring. I was gonna ask you, man. You quoted a lot of great authors, a lot of inspirational people. Who inspired you coming up? Like, who's your influences that you looked at and was like they inspired you to do what you're doing now?
Shit, really, I started with like the people around me. You feel me?
Yeah.
Mostly with the ball players. That's why I got like a real strong connection with the NFL players and shit, because I known them since they was kids and shit. So, they was the first like celebrities or, somebody with some type of platform or power that you could actually talk to or reach out to.
Right.
You feel me? Them the closest nigga. They really like you.
Yeah.
You just was watching them little niggas, same family, same all that. So it really started with like that. You feel me? Like the young homies and little bros and shit like that made it to the league. It started with them.
Yeah, and we touched on that a little bit. You also have a little brother who plays for the Los Angeles Rams. Just got his first playoff experience this year. Neon Dion.
Yeah.
I mean, what's that like, man? Like, cause everybody now I've already mentioned him on here. That's my dude. Like, everybody knows already. Like, I think this dude is gonna be amazing. Like, I think if we just keep our eyes on this dude, the more time he gets, like every time you see him work, he's hustling. He got a great personality. You know, he's always like a fan favorite. But even more so than that, it goes deeper. I noticed on like when he was on Hard Knocks and when he was with the Giants, him and Odell was like this. You know, like he has that thing where he rubs off on everybody. So that's me from knowing him from the other side of it, right? You being his brother, what is it like having a brother that's on that level, that's made it to a class of people that's like prestigious? Because not that many people can make that league.
Yeah, shit. It's humbling because he the smallest dude doing it. You feel me?
Right.
Like,
does it ever feel surreal? Like, do you wake up sometimes and have that feeling like, yo, like my brother in the NFL, like.
Yeah, it didn't struck us. You feel me? But,
couple times.
You know, it's an everyday thing. You feel me? But it's really cracking like that. Like niggas used to see the little niggas sleep. Like you feel me? And it's sleep talking, running and shit.
I know
talking about scoring
then.
touchdowns and
Real.
shit. You feel me? So it's like he really like that. Like you can look at the numbers. You feel me?
Oh yeah.
Look at his stats. That nigga is crazy.
We know
Boise
over
State,
here.
I checked him out. Boise State was killer too.
Yeah, he broke all type of records.
All the
up
records,
there.
yeah.
Like 18, 19
And
picks.
that's how
sometimes.
he gonna do the
Live.
same thing in the NFL. The longer he
For real.
there, the longer he ingratiate himself. The more playing time he get, the more we start to see his face. Like he gonna do the
Being
same
around
exact
greats
thing on
too,
this
like
level.
Jalen Ramsey, best corner.
Oh
in
yeah,
the game. So,
playing with some great guys.
Picking up the game. I was gonna ask you, you touched on it. You worked with Nipsey for a while. We rep for Nipsey heavy here. Legend. How was that experience, man? Working with Nipsey.
That shit was dope. I mean, it wasn't like a everyday working with him type shit. He the boss. He pop in whenever. You feel me? Him and David Gross, that was they building. So that shit was dope though. Just getting formally introduced to him. You feel me? Talking to him, little shit like that, letting him know, I'm from Rialto. What I got going on. Quick conversation and shit. But it was cool.
That's big.
Do you personally feel like a lot of us who listen to him, yourself included, I'm sure we all say we were able to take something from him. He gave us all something through his words. Like, so being in closer proximity than most people ever had a chance to get to him, right? Even the times when he did just pop in to handle business or run things off to y'all or what he needed done. Do you feel like there was anything specific of his that may have rubbed off on you, or was there anything you tried to emulate, maybe that you saw him do that you thought to yourself, like, you know what, I can do this as well because he's showing me a blueprint for, how to model this?
Yeah, shit. Nothing in particular. It's like a gumbo pot with, depending on where you started. Yeah, because nigga's a cold nigga all around. You feel me? So like a lot of the shit we doing and implementing, sometimes it looked like we mimicking him too.
Right.
But we didn't even know. We just, doing our thing and shit. But really just being a human being. Like, nigga, one time I was in Vector up in the conference room, up there Dolo running the whole shit. A nigga popped up at the top of the stairs. I'm like, oh, damn, this nigga Nip in here. I'm like, that's hard.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Keep working on my laptop. I hear my door open up. I look up. He walking in my shit. You feel me? Like, what's the deal? Ooh, come shake my hand and shit. You feel me?
That's
The
what's
nigga come in, come straight to my shit and just, what's
And
happening?
it
You feel
was
me?
so funny
that shit was
because
hard.
it was so funny because like I only seen this dude one time, in life before he passed. Unfortunately, it was the one time, and it was at Vector 90. And at this point, he was killing. He was doing everything. He had everything. Everybody waiting on everything. Music was everywhere, just like always. But he still was such a humble person. Right. He wasn't even acting as if he was who he was. You know what I'm saying? He spoke to everybody, and this is his building. He spoke to everybody. He walked through. He chopped it up. He was there for like an hour and a half, sitting in that I think it was like a little conference room with the glass window. And I think David A. Gross might have been there that day too. But we was there for like an hour, and the whole time, all the Benzes outside and everything, and he was just super chill, super cool humble dude and shit. So, of course, it fucked all of us up here in Cali and beyond. What happened to bro? And we actually coming up on a year soon. April get here to be a little over a year.
R.I.P. man, for real.
Yeah, that was so. But that was one thing I did wonder though, because I know a lot of people now see the blueprint that he tried to lay down. So with y'all, even with y'all things, right? That's why I said like, when I hear the comparisons that people out in L.A. or people in Hollywood, so to speak, speak about you, it does put you in a similar realm with some of these other people the giveaways, the give backs to the communities, the charity football games, the football youth league, everything you guys are doing over with Good Eats, the turkey bowl y'all had. You know, it's just you always involved in something, right? And it seems to benefit you.
It's a movement.
So
too.
how do you think that is that by design, or what's your process like for those listening when you go into business? How do you determine if you're going to go into this business venture?
Shit, we go straight off the vibe.
You know the vibes.
Yeah.
Know the vibe.
Know the vibes.
Right there. Yeah.
Know the vibes. And because you've been successful with, you know, like I said, just about everything that people know you for. Whether the only thing that I think is it's like a lot more so is behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that can be attributed to your personality for people who know you. You know what I'm saying? You very, very businessman minded. You don't really care about the partying and getting out and everything. You do that when it's an event or when it's a reason to do it. But for the most part, why do you work in that manner? Does that work better for you? Is that like does that make your process better?
Yeah, the shit is just a nonstop process. I learned that shit really from seeing how Hit Boy and them work, being around them. That nigga he never not in the studio.
Shout out to Hit Boy too.
No matter about no holidays, no birthdays. Nigga
Work.
He working.
gonna be working.
Right.
And that's exactly why he is where he is in his career with what he does.
Got
You
to
see
put
what
the
I'm
work
saying?
in. For
Exactly.
real.
And again, that goes back to what we saying. The people that you connected to, y'all all move like that. Whether like Hit Boy is just somebody who's moving like that on a major scale to where we know his name.
Yeah.
But very similarly to where the areas that you traffic yourself through, that you transitioning through in California, you got the same, if not more, credibility and clout when it comes to business and before business, you know, the life that you had, of course, growing up out here. We don't have to touch too deep into anything, but if you know, you know.
Right.
So the lifestyle that you come from, you know, it's good to see that this is the path that you're taking, man, is heading you down this way towards what looks like a lot of success. What do you have planned for the future going forward? I know recently there was some talk of a television show at one point with a black entrepreneurship show, and you were tagged to do the pilot for that, right? With YG and David A. Gross.
Yeah, it's a about entrepreneurs called.
Okay, cool.
Dope.
So
Yeah.
we'll keep monitoring that thing because we definitely gonna make sure our audience checks that
How was
out.
that experience for you? Shooting that?
That shit was dope. That's really my first time being really in front of the cameras. You feel me? You know, we
Yeah, you a behind the
Yeah,
scenes
behind the
person.
scenes.
be working. You feel me? But it don't. You know, it's try new things. I really only did it because the team really like nigga.
But you like,
Yeah.
They got on the nigga ass. You feel me? So
you be out there for real.
That's why I said, because you are one of them people. You execute things. You get things done without having to show your face a lot of the times. So it has to. People have to be involved to. That's why I said, if you know, you know. A person have to really be involved in the particular situation to know who you are, to know what you brought to the table, and how a lot of the things that move you put a hand in or you had a hand in. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And you got your hands in so many different bags, man. What's something in the future that you looking to get into?
In the future, shit, we trying to enterprise. We trying to enterprise the warehouse, the manufacturing game. Trying to really put a cap on that, take that shit over. We breaking into the sports real heavy. We just trying to enterprise all around. You feel me? So
Everything.
And
we're gonna jump into real estate when we get that real money.
what's up.
oh,
man.
for sure. That's what makes more millionaires in this country than anything.
Yeah,
That's what
for
I
sure.
love at, man. Everything is everything is a movement.
Yeah.
In your book, how you talk about empowering people around you,
Chapter
opening
6,
doors, keeping
Chapter
the door
6,
open.
Passing Power.
Right, exactly.
It's in there. Yeah, no doubt.
Jim.
Yeah.
It reminded me of to make a comment on the book. Reminded me kind of like what Kobe would talk about when he would say like when you get to the top, you know, it's not over. Like you still
Yeah, that's where the
still
grind
grinding.
starts.
So like hearing how he was talking about his personal struggle, he achieved his goals. Then it was times, you know, he had that feeling where like something was missing. He had that void.
Yeah.
And like that's very, very true. And that's why like I loved about the book, because that's facts. Like we need more people to do that, to go back.
Yeah. And
to the
then
community, give back.
And then not even just that, but to
Appreciate that.
take it one further than that, right? Because that's what he speaks on in the book. But words are meaningless without action, right? So here's a guy who has stood on his words with his actions, right? Because everything, like I just said, Chapter 6 talked about passing power, him empowering people being empowered by others around them. For him, he's got a manufacturing warehouse. He's employed the same crew that he's been with. Same people he come up with. He's now like Jay-Z. Dame said that's a boss. That's a boss's mindset when you have to worry about other people before yourself. You have to worry about
together.
Right.
Exactly. When you got to worry about paying this person, and you might have to go a little bit behind on some of your personal shit to make sure that these things get done. But that is the makeup of a boss, and you definitely handling your business on that side from the manufacturing aspect and the music aspect. So shout out to you for that, bro. Big ups for that.
Man, good luck.
With the manufacturing, I want to stress this because I don't want people to think like a lot of people have clothing lines. You know what I'm saying? And that's not the shit on nobody who's doing that. But I want to stress just the movement that comes with being attached to OT Dub, because I don't think people really get a sense of that, right? When I say you have a manufacturing warehouse where clothes are manufactured, some people just stop and think, screen print. He makes up T-shirts. So I want you to delve a little bit further into this with some of the artists and the athletes that you do. Just a couple of names. We'll go just a couple. You don't even have to go too many. Just throw out some of the names of your clientele right now that you are manufacturing for.
Shit, all right. First, so with all this shit, it's the team. It's not just me.
Right. I do mean the OT Dub team, right?
So,
and again, you see
I'm
how
like
he
a
always,
mascot.
see how he
I'm
always
like a
goes
mascot,
back
you
to
feel me?
include everybody. Even when you say,
right.
what are you? He's like, it's us. It's not just me, because I couldn't do it without them.
That's real.
Yeah, it's the whole team though. You feel me? But we got the full scale manufacturing. We got direct to garment, screen print,
Embroidery, all that, right?
Yeah, everything, all that. We going in. So like some of the people we've been cooking up with this past little year, we made Jalen Ramsey shit.
Talk heavy.
Fucking around with TDE.
Talk heavy.
We got Dante Dion, of course, and the Good East.
Talk heavy.
Jamal Williams.
Yeah.
We doing our own shit. We got the manufacturing and retail. So
yeah, I seen the website. I seen the shoes were sold
big,
out because y'all clowned with the goddamn shoes. So I couldn't even get me a pair of the shoes. However, before I forget, that brings me to another part of this segment. Let me do this while we doing this interview. Let me get a knife, somebody's scissors, box cutter, something. Let me open up the gifts that we were gifted from Mr. Ceetle Second today. We called him in for an interview. Not only did he oblige, but he also came with gifts for us.
The team had to. The team was gonna come show out, man. Had to come bless our good folks.
Y'all blessed us for real. I can already tell. I already know.
Let's see. Oh yeah,
let's see what we got in the goodie bag.
Oh, box. Look at that. Oh,
that's love.
That's that XL, the over the world tee.
Yeah.
The astronaut on the front of that. Good packaging, sealed. Professional, I'm telling you.
Fly shit.
About business over here. They serious.
For real.
They serious. Moncler, Versace, y'all gonna have to watch out in a minute, man. I got Moncler t-shirts, don't look this goddamn good. As much money I done spent with y'all. Okay, got the OT Dub camo hoodies.
Oh, yeah. That's a full sweatsuit. Got the pants.
This a full suit?
Oh.
Yeah, got the pants.
Oh, we got the pants and the top in
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
I hope that's a 2X.
Yeah. Trip, I seen the 2X.
He making sure.
Wow.
Oh yeah, that's that fly.
This is a full suit as well. This is a zip up, all the way to the collar, right? Wording around the collar.
Yeah.
See the OT Dub patches on here.
We in that.
Black
that's
as well
next
as red.
episode.
Oh yeah, nigga, I'm finna have to go try some of this shit on.
Turn this in the dressing room.
And then he also bought more copies of the book for everybody that's on the podcast. And we will also be doing a free giveaway of the book through the YKTV page. We're going to add in probably a Cash App giveaway with it as well, just to make sure somebody else can experience this book, because Barnes & Noble already sold out of it. They already asked for a restock of it. So it's going to be more of these coming. I told you, I gave it to one of my homeboys. That nigga called me for 3 days straight.
Right.
Yeah, man. Did he write it or he had help with it?
If you don't got to get it, man, because it's
I
gems
can meet him.
in there.
I can meet him. He gonna be there. He gonna be there. But
He'll sign it.
He gonna take a picture. I can get it signed. They that good, goddamn it. So we're gonna do a giveaway for these on the YKTV page after the episode drop. Man, appreciate you, bro. You brought a whole gang of shit in here, didn't you? We
Nah, you know
we got
it's family,
tees,
man.
jumpsuits, hoodies, man, you name it, sweats.
That's
everything.
love right there.
And this is some of the new stuff y'all cooking up too, then, right?
Yeah, it's part of some of the new collection. Our shit is wide though.
Okay, appreciate you bringing
That's
that
love.
in.
If you don't got the book, get it, because there's gems in there. You an up and coming entrepreneur, change your mindset for real.
Yeah,
We doing a giveaway, so somebody
Somebody gonna get it.
one of our fans, one of our viewers, one of our followers is gonna win this book. I might give you $100 on Cash App. I might give you more, just depending on if I like you.
Throw something in the pot.
But we doing this in the giveaway. I'm gonna sit this up here. Let me see. Can they see that if I put it there or not? No, it ain't gonna stay up. I'm gonna sit it in front of me. All right, what else you want to touch on? I know Candace probably has some questions, but she is not in here. Any questions? Curbside, any questions? What does, I know I got one before we wrap this for this portion of it though. I want to know, so this year, with this year starting, you already starting to make moves already. You just had a birthday.
Yeah.
See, happy birthday. See the second, ladies and
Belated.
gentlemen, just had a birthday.
Good looking.
For real.
Man, another year in the books, another year wiser, another year better, another year closer to success. What does this year bring for you, or what do you hope for it to bring for you? Because I know from everything I'm hearing and from everything we've seen, you're not really like a social media guy, a social media personality. But this looked like it's your year to make your mark, like to show your face and actually let people know who you are and what you've been doing for years.
Yeah, nah, that's exactly what it is for us. We trying to get out there more. Just because a lot of people that I look up to and be chopping it to on business shit, they all keep saying the same shit. Like, don't nobody know what you do. I'm not telling nobody, y'all.
And see,
y'all
you prefer it that way because the business side of it is good. So you like, well, I'm
just
straight
behind
either
the
way.
scenes, I'm good.
Nobody
Right.
need to know me. Nobody need to really see me. But in this social media age, it's so important to have that social media
That
presence to put
impact.
a face with the brand. And again, Goodies and OT Dub collection is the brand, and it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So we're going to actually make sure we put the Instagrams for those too, so y'all can check those out. Go to their website, go to the Instagram page, make sure you following everybody.
Follow OT
And
Dub.
just get in tune with the brand, man. Big shit popping over there, good merchandise, quality, not just no regular urban brand or however you thinking about black clothing lines. You know what I'm saying? This is upper echelon clothing. You see from some of the packages we just pulled out. So I do want to go into was one other thing I wanted to touch on, and it just slipped my mind that quick.
We talk about the music. We talk about.
No, it wasn't new music. It was still on this.
No, I'm talking about his artist. We talk about that. You getting into,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So N.O. is your artist, or is well connected with you, does music with you. You represent him, everything. He has the YKTV Vibe of the Week we just played, banger, right? Just got dropped on
banger,
YouTube
for
like
real.
a week ago, actually, right? The
Featuring
track
Boosie.
features Boosie, and that sound like cross the tracks Boosie on that one. It sound it sound like
Gave a
down
good Boosie
bottom,
verse.
Real
Baton
talk.
Rouge, South Side, Lil Boosie. You know what I'm saying? Like he gave him a Boosie verse. So is that the single that he's planning on pushing with that, or just from the music side of the business? Fill us in on what y'all got coming. What people should look to expect from N.O. and yourself going forward.
So N.O. he managed by Over the World Management, which is a partnership. We do partnerships with not with anybody, but artists that we rock with.
People who making noise, right?
Yeah.
We a partner with them. That's one of our partners in a long run type shit. So it was a single off his last project. Then we did the remix with Boosie and just dropped that heading into his next couple singles we gonna line up and drop. So just dope videos, just trying to cook more. You feel me?
Yeah, I definitely think y'all got something with this, man. So like I said, from everything we seeing, man, you definitely know what you're doing in business across all avenues, whether it's music,
and
whether
everything.
it's clothes, whether it's management, whether it's manufacturing, whether
TV
it's
shows.
event planning, television, like
Right.
anything, man. Your hands in some of everything, man. So That's gonna basically wrap for this part of the interview portion. I do want to thank you for giving us your time. You are our first interview on YKTV.
Nah, I appreciate y'all.
Man. Very appreciative of you coming out, man. I see you brought some of the guys with you today too. You want to tell us who you got with you so we can get them followed on their social medias and everything too.
Yeah,
go ahead and shout your guys out.
Got my nigga Briggs right here. You feel me?
Briggs in the building. Shout out Briggs.
That's our fisherman right there. You feel me? He go to Alaska. Okay. Real deal fisherman. My niggas come back and feed the team.
Hell yeah. There you go.
I got my nigga Videl. You feel me?
Videl in the building.
Business owner and entrepreneur too. Right. On a car wash detail service, food trucks. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
All that type of
Zig Splash, right?
Yeah, Zig Splash.
Yeah, you got mobile detailing out in the IE, and you expanding out to the LA area now, right? Are you thinking about expanding out this way? Yeah. I've seen your vans around the IE, brother. So continue doing what you're doing as a young black businessman and entrepreneur, man.
And we work with his daughter. His daughter got a tie-dye business.
Look at that.
So she done made clothes for Jalen Ramsey and niggas like that.
Oh wow!
Too.
How old is your daughter?
We send shit to her business.
Look at that.
Big right there.
She's 4 years old. That's black girl magic right there.
Keep it in the family right
4
there.
4 years old.
For real.
So, and shout out to Jalen Ramsey for taking the shirts and accepting them from her and wearing them and raising her, what you call it?
I know they fly though.
What's the word I'm looking for?
I'm wearing tie-dye right now.
You know what I'm saying?
For real.
85 do got on a tie-dye t-shirt. I'm wearing tie-dye right now.
Shout out to tie-dye. Shout out to the tie-dye.
I made this shirt too.
But no, that's the homie daughter could have made that for you. She handmade in Rialto too.
We're going to order a couple of them off top.
I need a white hoodie pretty soon. Like a hoodie, tie-dye hoodie.
That's what I'm saying. Empower everybody. Empower the kids too, man.
For sure. I told you, man, the word about him is that he brings the whole team. He sets up the play, runs the play, brings the whole team along for the victory. That's the kind of person you want at the helm of any business, because he's not looking at it like he's at the helm. He's looking at it like we all at the helm. We all shoulder to shoulder. Right. And this ship is rolling the way it's rolling because we doing what we supposed to do as an organization. Right. And that's what you're supposed to do. So love your business model, man. Can't wait to see what this year holds for you, but more specifically what the future holds for you. I know you got some big things in the works, some things we didn't even touch on all the way on here because we still waiting to see how they come to fruition and what comes next. Yeah. But we definitely love to have you back on the show, man. Anytime you got some time, you feel free, man. More than likely, please let us know, man. We'd love to have you back, and you're welcome to hang around. We're going to be wrapping up in about 10, 15 minutes here.
Yeah, for sure. You already know.
Appreciate you. I'm going to do a quick rundown, and then we're going to switch back into the topic, and we'll get everybody's opinion on this. New music, Trippie Redd, Lil Yachty and Kodak got some shit together. Kevin Gates dropped Only for Generals Part 2. Coi Leray, the daughter of Benzino and Lil Durk, dropped No More Parties. Blue Bloods Clan dropped Horace Grant on Friday.
Banger.
That motherfucker bang. Bang, 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 like Pops, goddammit. I
really feel like
shout out to Blue Bloods Clan, shout out to the West. Yeah. BFB the Pac-Man also. He also dropped some new music. I fuck with the Pac-Man, so that was that. And then I do want to just transition into the situation that's unfolding down in Texas. Are you familiar with what's been happening down there? You see the snow and the weather that they experience?
Yeah, that shit crazy.
All right, so it's actually just getting worse, and it's being reported because, you know, Texas is not prepared. I don't know if any of y'all ever been to Texas before. I lived in Garland, Texas for a while. The houses are not built for cold weather. They're not built for heavy rain.
Not at all.
Texas is not a place that get that. So they've been really going through it, right? Rolling blackouts, power outages, ceilings falling in.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you name it. People dying,
people
man.
Freezing to death.
I was just going to say, I seen a story of a man, his son, his wife, and his daughter all passed away due to carbon monoxide poisoning because they ran the car in the garage to try to heat the house. Warm. And they ended up passing away. I wish I had their names, but condolences to that family. You know, serious situation, serious time with them, what they're dealing with down there in Texas. I seen people was trying to drag Beyonce and Meg Thee Stallion because they from Houston and they didn't say nothing. At that time, over the weekend, Beyonce actually did, she partnered with somebody. She's giving out like $1,000 to multiple families through an organization. I have to pull it up to see the exact name of the organization, but she has been contributing. I think with a lot of stuff, Beyonce and Jay, they both do similar things. They do things but don't really... They do things and don't expect the notoriety for it. It's like, nah, it was I just did it because it needed to be done.
That's why I don't like social media though.
That's
the
it
main
though.
They gonna go
because they gonna
social
spin it
media and run
yeah.
their mouth, but she really doing
and
something.
she's been helping.
But
and
how
that's
you
the thing.
criticizing and y'all not doing nothing? Like it's so many people. You know, you can reach to the GoFundMe's. It's people losing their homes.
You don't know them
You know what I'm
people. You
saying?
don't know if they losing people. They might be mourning, still
Yeah.
doing shit. But
Well, you
you
know-
talking about why they didn't say
Why
something
they
on
not
social
saying
media?
nothing? Right.
That's
Exactly.
life though. You know, the next motherfucker love to talk about what you doing when they not doing
They
what
ain't
you
gonna put their boots
You know
on
what
the
I'm
ground.
saying?
They not helping. You know what I mean? But yeah, they need help out there. You know, any cash apps that y'all can send. I think I forgot the fund. I wrote it down. We'll get that out later. But yeah, it's people losing their houses, and you know, it's so crazy that banks they still want their money. You know what I mean? It's people in there freezing, power don't work, but they still want their money. So, you know,
Yeah, not a care in the world for some of these people. But I seen the mayor had to resign. He did a real fucked up Facebook post telling the residents of Texas like, y'all freezing to death ain't our problem. We don't have to take care of y'all. We don't have to give y'all water. We don't have to give y'all electricity. He says you take care of your own family and children. Like he just talked real foul for them to be in the situation they was in. You know, but that go to people got to know who they voting into these offices. You know what I'm saying? Y'all voted for him.
Dude,
that's real.
where all the capitalists at? That's
Ted
what's
Cruz,
gonna happen.
Senator Ted Cruz, he got his family and went to Cancun. There's pictures of him all on the plane. As soon as it started happening, he's like, "Nah, I'm out." But these the people that y'all, that y'all voting for, that y'all putting in these public offices, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna transition a little bit now. This is I'm gonna just go to it because it was already on the topic of some unfortunate news. Honeycomb Brazy, upcoming artist, his grandparents recently passed away in Mobile, Alabama. Well, I don't even want to say passed away. His grandparents were recently murdered in Mobile, Alabama. Some people are speculating this has something to do with a street beef that he has. Himself, he commented and said he does believe it has something to do with a street beef that he has. One report, there was reports that was going around that his grandparents were not only shot, but they were set on fire. We do want to correct that. They were not set on fire as a result of after they were killed. The perpetrator set them on fire. Honeycomb Brazy did say on his Instagram page that his grandparents had COVID-19 and they were on oxygen tanks. And one of the bullets that shot, one of the gunmen shot a bullet that hit an oxygen tank, which exploded and caused the house to go up in flames, which is where the fire came from in the now viral video that's been seen. I just read what he put. He said, his statement was, it's like niggas really don't understand when you really in the streets and it's a price on your head. You're not trying to do shit for free. You can miss me with that real nigga talk. Cause on some real nigga shit, I'm trying to put that same money back on them niggas' head.
It's like, man, when you got problems in the streets with somebody, man, leave it between y'all. You know, to go shoot the man's grandparents' house up and that happened, that's just a bad look, man.
That's you know what? That's in theory though. I do get what you're saying, right? I do get what you're saying. In a perfect world, I would totally agree with you. Being somebody who came from that specific background and that lifestyle, I do understand that there's certain rules to that, right? Even all the way I'll take it to this, right? Everybody remember Get Rich or Die Trying, right?
Yeah.
One of the best bars on that album that 50 said that we all, if I start it, y'all can finish it. But it was the politics of the street. He said, if you was smart, you'd be shook of me. Because I get tired of looking for you. Spray your mama crib and let your ass look for me.
Damn, that's real.
When you in the streets and it's a real problem, shit is fair game. You not, the code used to be you don't touch women and children. But these new niggas is they not really solid. They not really gangster like that. So and not even just to say it because it's women and children, because women nowadays are involving themselves in things that's men business and are, as a result, that's what's happening. Yeah,
but man, I mean, it should be a code that you stand on. Like, you know what I mean?
You can't do the old.
Well, that's why I said. That's why I said it's. But of course, it's supposed to be that code. But you got to remember, not everybody is right. They not raised with that same code.
That's true.
We seeing this generation glorify snitching. I didn't never think I would see that.
It's the future.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I didn't never think I would see that.
Like,
you are literally seeing these dudes take to a person who's a federal informant who, and we're not even going to speak on his name, but let's touch on that just because.
Let's touch on that a
that wasn't
bit.
even the topic, but since we talking about rats.
I don't like talking about
You know what I'm saying?
that,
It's a situation where this little rat running around, federal informant,
Right.
who then snitched his whole the gang that he was running with wasn't the gang he was from, because he's not a gangbanger, because he's not a real blood, he's not a real anything. He's a child from New York who only got tattooed when he got famous and started getting some money, and went and found a home with some real gang members who just were naive enough to accept him and raise his profile. But this character was waiting outside of a club in a parking garage. Did y'all see that video? Has anybody seen this?
I seen that, man.
Shit with McMill.
Yeah, so he's waiting
All
outside.
angles.
He's waiting outside of a parking garage outside of a nightclub for this dude. And I'm seeing people in the comments
With
like,
police.
"Oh, Meek backed down. Meek was scared." I ain't even seen a person whose name I won't mention, because like I just keep hearing this
People
dude give his
stupid,
opinion
man.
on stuff, and I just like I just don't be getting it sometimes
Yeah.
from a person who's supposed to be this street figure who's been to prison and da 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 da. A lot of stuff come out of this particular person's name just sounds ignorant to me, right?
What do people want Meek to do? Like, you gonna beat up this
He's
informant?
saying,
he got
oh,
the police with him.
He's
Like,
saying, well,
you know,
when
he
it's
just
go
got on
time,
probation.
when it's go time, it's go time, and that Meek should have just went ahead and, you know, laid it down right then and there. This and
up,
that, and
nigga.
yada yada yada. Now listen, bro.
Come on.
What? This dude is a federal informant.
Right.
He's standing here with these are cops pretending to
Yeah.
be security.
For real.
You think this is just regular security?
Look.
They were waiting for me in a parking garage. I just beat a case, just got off papers, but they would have had me on papers for another 10 years. And I'm doing prison reform now with Jay-Z and Yo Gotti. And all of a sudden, this clown shows up with a camera phone out. Your first thing was a camera phone. You see the lights in the camera before you see anything.
Nobody want to fight that running up on you with a camera. You know what I mean?
And then we all knew what that was for. That sucker released the video on Friday, and he put that clip from that in the actual video to make it look like he ran up on Meek and pressed Meek, and Meek back down to him. And it was just hilarious to watch it,
That's all that
because
was,
you seeing
yeah.
so many comments from people that's like,
He a troll.
oh, Meek was scared, and oh, this person ran up on him, and then I'm just like, bro, we really in that era right now? Y'all don't understand that what a rat was doing? Y'all don't see the setup like from a mile away?
These are people that's
Meek's?
not from the street.
From the street.
That's why I was
And that's
just
why I
saying.
said
On
this
the
new
internet clip
Yeah.
and shooting.
and that's why I said this
They
new
just don't.
generation is just wow. Everything is social media.
Yeah. That's
A lot
what
of
it is.
fake news out there right now.
And a lot of the opinions on street shit come from people who ain't been in the street.
Exactly.
These are young
They can't
kids,
even
man.
speak on it,
These
right.
are young kids a lot of times listen to this dude music, sitting behind computers, talking about how real
But
he is, how tough he is.
That's all old boy wants is people talking, commenting, and saying, because that's his album.
Yeah,
His
he
album
did that
flopped.
for the
That's
promo.
it.
He
That's
did
all
that
it
for the
was.
promo
That's it.
Yeah,
to
but-
drop a song.
He
But
did
ain't
that
nobody
every-
finna buy your album because you running up on people with phones. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the thing about it too is how long can he afford security? Because
That's what I'm
that's
waiting
what
for.
Because it's like, bro, you out here doing what you doing,
But
man.
then again, another
karma
important,
come back fast.
Another important thing to make the distinction is though it's not necessarily him affording security, because I want to make this clear again.
Police.
He's a
The
fed.
dude is
Right.
in witness
Right.
protection.
That's what it is.
He's a fed.
He's not paying for
That's
that. We
crazy.
are. The state's paying for that.
I think the hip hop police hired him to get people locked up because he was on
I
stand
definitely
calling
think
out
that.
Cardi B and Jim Jones and Game. I'm like, bro, what you trying to get everybody arrested?
That
Like,
nigga told on my uncle who died in 77.
like
that,
he up there singing like
that nigga snitched on everybody,
he up there
goddamn it.
smiling, just telling on everybody like it's cool, man. But you know,
Well, I mean,
karma
that's
come back
what
around.
I said. That's the culture right now. They've accepted him in that particular group to make it as if it is cool. You look at specific social sites, specific DJs that play his stuff.
Right.
They're responsible for keeping him out here, for keeping his face around, because it's not the music.
Right.
We're not. I can't tell you a rap nigga record. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not even being funny. I really don't know. Whenever he was popping, like I never known this dude for music. I always knew him for what he do, which is be a clown
Say
ass nigga.
promo.
That's
He
the
had
only thing I know him for.
He had 2 songs in the streets that I heard way before when he first dropped them.
When he
I had shit
first
cracking.
started popping?
Yeah, wait, like, you know, when he first came out.
Yeah, see, I ain't never heard
But
none
real
of
don't
them
rap.
records.
You know what's so crazy? You know, Nipsey was supposed to do an interview and they brought dude name up for no reason. He walked out like, what am I talking about this dude for? And this before he started all the snitching and all that. Like he knew, like, oh, this dude fake.
He already knew what type of person he was. Yeah.
So it's gonna die out. I'm pretty sure soon he's gonna be waiting out every club for people. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, it's like I said, it's unfortunate, man. But it is this generation. You know, that's what they like. So we gotta let them have it sometime, man. I'm gonna touch on. Well, I think last thing we got left is new movies and shows. We already touched on Donald Glover and Malia Obama.
Yeah.
Regina King she's gonna play Shirley Chisholm in a biopic. For those of y'all who don't know, Shirley Chisholm was the first black woman, first black person, period, woman or man to run for president. Hers is not talked about as much. There have been documentaries done on her. She's just not a name who pops up too much. If you're not familiar with Shirley Chisholm, please check out her life and legacy and give the flowers while need be. But Regina King is signed on to play Shirley Chisholm as it stands in that biopic.
Love Regina King, man. That tripped me out when I found out she was doing the Boondock Boys.
I was sure to say, is we getting the Boondocks back or not?
I want that shit back. Like that's that show right there.
I watched that show for years before I knew that she was the person that did them voices.
Right.
She did who voice?
She did Huey and Riley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both for the little boys, man.
Yeah. Didn't even know.
Yeah, for sure didn't.
All right, we're going to get ready to wrap this up, man. It's been episode 5. You know the vibes,
Yeah.
YKTV. Thank y'all for tuning in. Check with us every Monday. Make sure you following us on our social sites, Self-Made Mel, SELF period, MADE period, MEL period, Ceetle the Don, 85 Rialto, Curbside Kyle.
Subscribe to the
Again,
YouTube.
special thanks to our special guest today. Make sure you following him on Instagram. His Instagram is Ceetle2nd and will be in the video, CEETLE, the number 2ND. Anybody else? Did I miss anybody? We good?
Brand OT Dub Collection.
OT Dub Collection, the website. We're going to make sure we put all these links in the video.
And, Instagram.
Good Eats Clothing.
Yeah.
And Good Eats. And shout out to the city, man. Shout out to everybody that we doing business with. Shout out to everybody he doing business with. And until the next episode, you know the vibe. We'll catch y'all.
The vibe.
Sir.
Yeah. That was good. Shit.